Stocks simplified, profits multiplied. Welcome back to the Apex Investor channel. This is the weekend update. We do weekly updates now, at the very least. So this is the update for Friday, November the 19th, 2021. And we can see that the big loser was CNTB at negative 57%. In terms of Lucid was a very active stock, one of the most active on Friday, with a volume of 165 million. So it is raring up to be the next Tesla for sure, the way that volume is looking. The big winner for Friday was Greenland Technologies. Both of these companies are Chinese, interestingly enough, and it was up 89%. And I don't know any of these other stocks, so I'm going to go to the trending stocks coming up next. Oh, Budweiser's up there. Upgrades, okay. So let's take a look at the trending stocks next. There's a lot to catch up to speed with. Welcome back. So we're looking at the trending stocks in this segment, and just scrolling down to see which are the notable stocks that I've been tracking. Bitcoin, not a stock, but is at 57,000 US dollars. So just below 60 grand, but looking to get right back over that hump. Metamaterials was down to 420. We're going to take a closer look at that. I did sell off some of my positions in Metamaterials in order to buy into another stock. I'm going to tell you about that later. Hylian, that might be an entry point. I'm going to take a look at that. I'm not sure if all of these EV stocks are down, but we'll take a look at these to see if this is support or not. Twinkie, we've opened that into a new tab as well. Nokia's down a little bit. Kodak. Take a look at Kodak. So not a lot of movers and shakers in the negative direction. AMC's at 40.87. Finishing the week at 40.87 was AMC. QuantumScape at $34. And Clover, that's the stock I bought. I sold Metamaterials, part of my position, and bought into Clover. As you can see, at around 574. We broke support. My initial entry point was $6 to $7, and that was a must buy at that point, at that price point. Canon is up at $9.73. SOS $1.30. Rivian, we're going to talk about them, and IronNet as well. Roblox is at $134. That is quite a gain. I'm going to take a look at Roblox. MMTLP is up almost 10%. The preferred shares at 153. GameStop up at 228. So that went up about 8%. And Lucid Motors up 17%. So they're the big winner out of all the trending stocks on my list. Up 17% at $55.21. I initially bought this stock around $60. I bought it way too high. Was chasing it. It went down to, I think, below $20. So if you bought that below 20, you were the apex investor in that case. Unfortunately, my channel is called Apex Investor. I'm not an apex investor yet. I'm learning little by little. this is a process. You don't become an apex investor overnight. It's something that you learn over time. So let's take a look at Hylian. First of all, the 52-week range, 675 to 2730. So it looks like we are approaching support if we haven't already broken it. So Hylian is looking to get right back up to double digits. So they reported their third quarter earnings, and it doesn't seem to be that positive. You can see in this chart, Hylian's performance has been not that great. So yeah, we are approaching support at 675. I would say the entry point for this is probably $6 and below. I'm not so bullish on Hylian right now. They could go back up to double digits, maybe $20 at the highest. But we'll see. We'll see what the future has in store for Hylian. And I think that's all for that stock. So we'll move on to the next. Socket is next. Take a look at. Don't want to obscure my face, but at the same time, I want to be able to be heard. So I'll just do it this way. Okay. So Socket Mobile. Their 52-week range was $231 to $35. So no, we're far away from support of 231. We want to. When I look at support levels of entry points, support levels as an entry point, that's what we're looking for. The best entry point, the apex investor entry point, you're looking at $2, $2 to $3, and no, we're still far away from there. So I will close that. We are not at an entry point. Nokia is next. Nokia has a range of 3 to 10 in the last year. So yeah, we are far away from our entry point of $3 to $4. So that's a no-go. Next is Roblox, and I think their entry point is probably $60 to $100. But yeah, 60 to 138. So this was a really good stock to buy initially when it went public. I remember people were buying at 60, 70, and they're looking like geniuses right now because this is pretty much doubled in the last month. Incredible. So it popped. It seems to be a Roblox seems to be tied into the metaverse. Not only that, but because of Black Friday and the Christmas season approaching, this is only going to go higher. Because this is on a lot of children's wish lists, Roblox and other things similar to that. But Roblox seems to be the gold standard in terms of children's video games besides Fortnite. But Roblox has really created a like an enterprise out of their business. They've really created a I want to say a kind of like a marketplace out of their domain. So that is an incredible stock. Roblox entry point, we're looking at 60 to 70 for Roblox. So you'd be chasing this. Don't chase this. 60 to 70 is your entry point. And resistance, well, it broke resistance at 109. It's reaching new highs. Next is Rivian. This is one of the stocks I wanted to speak about, to address, because it only went public just recently. And I believe it was a good price initially, and I believe the stock only took off even higher from the initial price point. So it did open at $95. It ballooned up to 180, so it pretty much doubled, almost doubled within a day or two. Didn't take long, so in all honesty, I think Rivian, we need to wait to establish what is true support and true resistance. So it's way too early in the game for entering Rivian at this point, for buying positions and so on. So I would wait for this to go down to probably even breaking support. This could go down below 90, 95 specifically. So I'd say the entry point, you're looking at maybe 70 to 90. And resistance is looking like, 180, 170, 180 for the short term. So time will tell what's going to happen with Rivian. But people are very bullish on Rivian. So you've got two competitors with Tesla, Lucid Motors and now Rivian, in terms of the stock market wars. Hostess Brands is a really good stock as well. There was a due diligence that was presented on Wall Street Bets, a very excellent one of the best DDs I've read since GameStop and AMC. It looks like a 67% return, according to this article here. And their earnings surpassed the expectations. And you can see that reflected in the stock price. And now it's kind of come down to earth a little bit. Looking at the last month, this one from a low of 1785 all the way up to 1875. So it's a very stable stock. You're looking at a entry point of $15. Looking at the last year, maybe 13 to 15. But it's a very stable stock. The last 5 years is even showing $10. So, but I mean, it is a very stable stock. It doesn't seem to be going down and up in a dramatic fashion, not by incredible percentages. We can see from 2016 it was relatively stable for most of that year. For about 6 months at the $10 level, it ballooned. 2017 up to $17, so pretty much doubling, and then dropping again to 10. So $10 is looking like your level of support, and going up again to 14, and then down again to 10. So just to be safe, I'd say 9 to 10, maybe even 10.50, or even 11, to be honest. 9 to 11 is your entry point. Apex Investor Expert Mode entry point for Twinkie is 9 to 11. Hard mode, you're looking at 11 to 12. But I personally would not pick this up any higher than 12. So it's a long-term hold, and you're looking to cash out between, I'm going to say 14 to 20, because it did go up to 20, didn't it? Oh, it didn't. Okay. 14 to 19 is your sell-off point. That's your exit strategy. That's the price you want to sell at. And the market cap is over $2.5 billion, and that's Twinkie. Really good symbol they took there, TWNK. Very clever and charming. Next up is IronNet. It is the one of the darlings of this channel. And we're going to end with the 3 darlings of the channel, and then I'll do another video just for the news. So IronNet was trading between 9.36 to 47 in the last 52 weeks. It did go down to $9 not so long ago. I think just this past month, or even the past week. It was at $10 at one point. Okay, so $10 is your support level. Your entry point for IronNet, you're looking at $9 to 10. So 9 to 10, that's a safe entry point. Exit point, you want to sell between 12 to as high as, I think it was 20. It was at 47 at one point. So maybe wait for 47, wait for 20, wait for 47. But your entry point is $9 to $10. Don't buy any higher than that. I did, because I did not foresee the stock going that low. I bought when it dropped down to $12 something around here, 12.90 from a high of 47. So I thought I'm getting a really good deal at 12.90. But no, there's even a better deal, but at $9 to $10, and I based that off the 52-week range. And this stock, I'm very bullish about. Again, they're affiliated with Microsoft. They have a history with the U.S. federal government in terms of the NSA and other organizations, alphabet soup organizations. I'm going to go on to Clover, the second darling of this channel, and I hold positions in these three companies: IronNet, Clover now, and Metamaterials. So let's look at Clover. And I'm going to answer the question, why did I buy Clover? Well, Clover is one of the most shorted stocks in the stock market besides GameStop, AMC, Metamaterials. Clover is one of the top shorted stocks. In fact, I have a video called "Is Metamaterials and Clover the next GameStop and AMC?" And I answered and say, yeah, they might, time will tell, but I think they are the next GameStop and AMC. I think they're raring for a gamma squeeze or a squeeze of some kind. So if we look at the last year, maybe even 5 years, last year of trading activity, the low was actually 692, the 52-week low for Clover. So what happened this week? Well, we broke that level of support of $7. I was saying many times in other videos that the entry point, apex investor entry point for this stock is $6 to $7. Well, we broke 7, and then we eventually broke 6 when we dropped down to $5.50, $5.54 to be exact. I bought the stock around 570, 570 something, and I realized, that's actually a great deal, even if it, I didn't buy at the absolute low 557 or 550, but this stock is going right back up. My instinct is telling me this stock is going right back up to double digits, at least, the very least, $10, the very least, and at the highest, again, $20. So I'm looking to sell this between, this is a short-term hold for me personally. I'm looking to sell this between 14, actually make that 12, between 12 to 20. So I could double my money or even quadruple it, but I don't want to get too greedy because we don't know just how high the shorts are going to let this go up to before they short it down again. It went up as high as $10 in the last, 3 months? In the last 3 months, it went up as high as 10. So you can pretty much double your money from 550 to 1080, almost double it. But I think in the next 6 to 12 months, we could see the stock going right back up to double digits. Not easily, but pretty, there's a high chance of that happening. And why did the stock go down? Because they announced a $300 million public offering of a preferred shares worth, I believe, $575 per share of $300 million worth of stock. So let's just take a look at that news, and then I'll go on to finish with Metamaterials, and then I'll do a news video separate from the stock update. Okay. So yeah, it is confirmed that Clover announced a public offering of over 52 million shares of its Class A common stock at a price of $5.75 per share. Thus, the stock dropped to $5.50, and I think that's just a lot of drama, a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, a lot of FUD with Clover. So I did buy a number of shares, and I realized that compared to Metamaterials, the drop that Metamaterials had relative to its 52-week range was a lot smaller than Clover. So for me to sell off some metamaterials means I'm a lot more, not that I'm more bullish, but I'm looking at this sale of the where it went down to 550. That was a better deal than metamaterials going down to $4. It's like if metamaterials went down to $3 or below. So that's how I explain that. So metamaterials finished the week at $4.20. Was trading between 413 and 451. Again, the 52-week range is 58 cents to $21. That is a wide disparity. Let's look at the week's action. So the high of the week was 492 on Monday, and the low was 416. So we finished closer to the low. But again, this is the calm before the storm. The Torchlight assets have to be sold off by the deadline of December 28th of this year. And after then, the weeks and months after that date are going to be very interesting. We're going to see the stock really rise significantly. And it's going to be such a cause for celebration and joy for Meta heads. Looking at these 6 months since all the hype happened in June, where there was an announcement of the merger, or the acquisition of Torchlight, went up to, again, $20, $21 to be exact, and dropped down to below $3. So $2.91 is your entry point. $2.91 to about maybe $3. Yeah, $2.90 to $3, but $3 and below is your entry point for metamaterials. That's the expert mode. Hard mode, you're looking at $3.50 and below, and normal mode, $4 and below. Did we reach $4 this month? Well, we're kind of getting close to that point, but we were at $5.40 this month, and that was the highest point we've seen it since September, when we were at $6.21. But again, this is a long-term hold. You're looking at a hold of at least a year to, I'd say, 10 years to really see this go to triple digits. And this is the stock I'm most bullish about. I decided to get into IronNet and Clover in order to diversify, since my entry point for the stock was not so great when I initially bought it. I think I bought at $10, and then averaging down when the stock went down to $4. So I averaged down, buying a lot more shares at $4, and the stock is showing a great return and great potential. So that's all for this weekly update for the stocks. The stock market update, we're going to have a video separate from this, exclusively for the news. So look forward to that. I thank you all for your support, for all the likes, comments, and subscriptions. May God bless you all, and God bless your investments. We'll see you next week, or next time, depending on whether a massive development, a noteworthy development occurs in the stock market, and in particular with metamaterials, Clover, and IronNet. So thank you all once again. We'll see you in the next video, where we will look at the news.